और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए हमारे YouTube चैनल स्टेनो नॉलेज हब को और दबाइए इस बेल आइकन को ताकि आपको हमारी वीडियो जल्द मिल सके। There were, it seemed, many people willing to work for letters had been received from interested parties all over the country, and she had been successful in selling the boarding house to a young woman who would, she thought, run it on the same lines as she herself had done. Again she looked down at her red and hard-worked hands. For her the days of hard work for the sale had brought her a good round sum of money on which she could live peaceful for the rest of her days on earth without doing any work at all, a strange end to a strange life. She thought she was 13 years old when her mother had died and she had gone to live with a relation who worked as a housekeeper in a small border house at the seaside. She had become a maid of all work, running about for everyone and getting little for her trouble. After 2 years, the owner of the boarder's house, who was very old, had died, but the two of them, she and her relation, just kept on working in the same way. It appeared that no one was particularly interested in the old woman who had died, and they had found it possible to buy the house for such a small sum that with the money paid by the boarders they were easily able to make the necessary monthly payments they had, as it was fallen heir to the property. They kept the place very clean and they gave the boarder good food and enough of it, and as years passed they were able to buy the house next door, and the house quite a important building. The property had become her own 15 years ago. She had never married like other women because boarding house had been her life. Now she was growing old and there was no one whom she could leave the place. It was better sold to young women who would love it as she had done and would take good care of the boarders. The voice of BBC anchors reached her, and that he said it the end of news.